Hello, true crimers, and welcome to Only Murders and the Missing, a podcast presented by UQ Criminal. Join us as we explore the fascinating world of true crime. In each episode, we'll take a deep dive into the story, unraveling the mystery and uncovering the cases that still haunt us. Through our podcast, we will shed light on the victims, honoring their memories and seeking justice on their behalf. Beyond storytelling, we are advocates for the missing and the murdered, lending our voices to those who can no longer speak for themselves. So, grab your headphones and prepare to join our mission. Are you ready? Welcome to Only Murders and the Missing. Episode 16, Vanished in Plain Sight. The Search for Teekah Lewis. On the 23rd of January, 1999, 2-year-old Teekah Lewis went with her mother to the New Frontier bowling alley on Center Street in Tacoma, Washington. It was a busy night at the bowling alley. It was league night. Teresa Chapusky, Teekah's mother, and her family were there to enjoy a night of bowling, each family member keeping a close eye on Teekah while her mother took her turn at the lane. But by 10 p.m., the family realized Teekah was nowhere to be found. The toddler's disappearance quickly became one of Tacoma's most troubling cases. Despite hundreds of people present that night, no one had seen what had happened to her. Teekah Lewis was born on July 4th, 1996, to parents Teresa English and Robert Lewis. She had 4 siblings, including a younger sister whom Teekah adored. Known for her quiet and shy personality, Teekah loved carrying around candy in her little purse, especially Starbursts. She was a multiracial child with Black, white, and Native American ancestry. She struggled with asthma and allergies that required regular health care. Teekah wasn't fond of strangers and would often cry even if relatives tried to pick her up. Her mother lovingly described her as a mama's girl, and although she was shy, Teekah's gentle spirit made her a beloved family member. There were many other kids in the establishment that evening at the bowling alley. Why Teekah was targeted, we may never know. Eyewitnesses report seeing the 2-year-old in the arcade section playing a race car game. She was only a few feet away from almost a dozen of her family members, but she was also very close to the bowling alley exit. When it was her turn to bowl, Teresa asked her brother and boyfriend to watch Teekah so she wouldn't wander away. As soon as she finished her turn, Teresa turned around and saw that her daughter was not there. Both men claimed they didn't see anyone take her. The family quickly alerted an off-duty officer, and the bowling alley was immediately shut down as police checked cars exiting the parking lot. Tragically, no sign of Teekah could be found. The arcade games were located right next to an emergency exit door, which means it's possible that a kidnapper could have grabbed her and slipped away out of sight in just a few seconds. The search expanded into a nearby section of wetland, which was mowed down and covered by K-9 units in an attempt to track Teekah's scent. Unfortunately, they came up empty-handed. The only clue that police had to go on was the report that a witness had seen a late 1980s or early 1990s maroon Pontiac Grand Am speeding out of the parking lot. The vehicle was described as having tinted windows and a large spoiler. Police also found male clothing hidden underneath a bush across the street and bore the initials IS or JS. However, police have never confirmed that the clothing is related to Teekah's abduction. Child-related incidents were not uncommon at the New Frontier bowling alley. Only 2 months before Teekah's incident, a 4-year-old boy had been molested in the bathroom of that same bowling alley. Weeks later, a man was caught trying to coax a 6-year-old boy to leave the building with him. On the very same day Teekah went missing, a man with curly brown hair had failed an attempt to kidnap 2 children from a nearby park when he was thwarted by the children's father. The father described seeing the man drive away in a blue 1995 Pontiac Grand Am. Could all four of these cases be related? Since 1999, there has been a lack of promising leads or persons of interest named in the little girl's disappearance. None of Teekah's family members have ever been considered a suspect. However, in December 2022, an age progression photo was created to show what Teekah might look like at the age of 26. Her mother hopes this image will finally bring her closer to reuniting with her daughter. A suspicious man was seen at the bowling alley that night and may hold information about Teekah's disappearance. Investigators are searching for a Caucasian male in his 30s or 40s, around 5 feet 11 inches tall, with a husky build, a mustache, and shoulder-length curly brown hair. He was reportedly wearing a blue checkered shirt and blue jeans and had noticeable pockmarks on his face. The Teekah Lewis Act was passed in 1999, forming a multi-agency task force that assists law enforcement with missing and exploited children's cases. The state of Washington ranks 12th in the U.S. for active cases of missing juveniles. Teekah could still be alive. We have seen this happen in many missing persons cases recently, for example, Holly Marie Klaus and Melissa Highsmith. There is still hope that she is out there somewhere, safe and happy. Maybe she'll recognize the woman in the age progression photo. If she could come forward, it would put an end to her mother's living nightmare. That's one thing I will not do, is give up on Teekah, Teresa said. Maybe she'll look and see, wow, that girl looks like me. In 2024, a woman who resembles Teekah was reportedly seen at a local Home Depot in Tacoma, and her mother is urging the police to investigate. The sighting is especially significant because the employee who saw the woman is Teekah's uncle, and he had a strong feeling that it could be her. Teresa reported the tip to the Tacoma police, but she was frustrated by their slow response. When she finally heard back from a detective, she was told they were busy with another case. While she understands their workload is heavy, she believes this potential sighting needs immediate attention, as it could be her missing daughter. It might not be Teekah, but it could be her, she said, asking police to act quickly before the opportunity is lost. A cash reward is being offered for any information leading to an arrest in this case. Teresa says, I don't want to go another holiday without Teekah, and so I'm pleading to the public now. I know somebody out there knows what happened to Teekah or knows where Teekah is at, and I'm asking for that person to come forward. Every year on the anniversary of Teekah's disappearance, her family, friends, and community members come together at the spot where she was last seen, which is now a Home Depot parking lot. Teresa purchases balloons for the community to write messages on before releasing them into the sky. Teekah has a big, caring family who miss her dearly and hope every day for her return. They promise to keep searching for her until she finally comes home. Let's help keep this young girl's story alive. Please share it widely on social media. Maybe someone who knows her will step forward. Maybe even Teekah herself. If you have any information about the Teekah Lewis case, please call the Tacoma Police at 253-798-4721. Are you addicted to true crime? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this case. To connect with me and read more true crime stories, go to unquestionablycriminal.com, and I'll see you in the next episode.